Things are about to change in the world of golf. The USGA and the R&A have recently announced that the golf rollback is an official go. Although the game's governing bodies share that the decision would make things better for the game, many golfers and golf enthusiasts are not too pleased. Let's discuss the different opinions that everyone has and what we really know is about to change. While the Golf Caddy does not have the answers to the question, we do believe that there is a need to limit the distance of the golf ball. On the professional level, however, nobody was a fan of bifurcation, professionals playing a different ball than the everyday golfer, so here we are. What do you think of the proposed golf ball rollback by the R&A and USGA? Do you support this or feel they are ruining the fun aspect of the game? Make sure to leave a comment below. For a while now, the governing bodies have been hinting at rolling back the balls to decrease the effect increased hitting distances are having on golf's long-term sustainability. However, influential voices in golf kept fighting against, and so the decision-making process had many headwinds to go up against. As the years went by, the governing bodies decided that doing nothing was no longer an option, and they came to a conclusion on the specifics of the changes. The project, which was named the Distance Insights Project, which started in 2018, and it included reaching out to golf course owners, golfers, and golf enthusiasts. They found out that over the last 20 years, hitting distances increased by at least 1 yard each year, and that's a problem. That's why they couldn't hold back with the changes. So what exactly are these changes? The golf ball rollback is designed to reduce the hitting distances by making changes to the way golf balls are manufactured and tested. The governing council came to this conclusion after carrying out extensive research on tours across the globe. In a nutshell, the USGA reported that golf balls will go approximately 4 to 5% less following this change. Now, the rollback will officially come into effect from January 2028 for professional golfers. So what will be the effect of all this on tour pros? Right now, many can only speculate how the changes would affect the game. It's presumed that it would roll back the ball by 15 yards for the game's longest hitters. Currently, the average driving distance on the PGA Tour is 300 yards, so deducting 15 yards means that the driving distance would be reduced by 4 to 5%. For shorter hitters, the stats are different. The men are expected to see a reduction of at least 9 yards, while the female players will see a 5 to 7 yard reduction to their overall distance. According to the USGA's analysis, the impact will be more nuanced and the number of yards lost by an average male amateur will be 3 to 5 yards, and for the average female amateur, the difference will be just 1 to 3 yards. So with such a minuscule change among amateur golf and a goal of making it tougher for professionals, why is there such a polarizing response? Some think it won't have a major effect in reducing the excitement of the game, while a good number of golfers believe that the whole thing is completely unnecessary. In fact, the PGA Tour Commissioner 𝗔𝗕𝗢𝗆𝗆 revealed that the majority of the members of the Players' Advisory Committee believe that the proposed rollback was not in the best interest of the game and considers the increase in test club head speed not appropriate. The proposed increase in test club head speed to 125 miles per hour is disproportionate to the rate of increase we see when analyzing PGA Tour radar data on launch conditions using best practices for analyzing data. Therefore, we do not support today's announcement regarding the increase to 125 miles per hour, believing a more moderate adjustment is appropriate. For the PGA Tour Commissioner to make such a statement, there might truly be something unappealing about the new changes. But the professional golfer Rory McIlroy doesn't think so. In his comment about the rollback, he shared that he doesn't believe the new changes would have any drastic impact on the game. Rather, it would help golfers improve their skills. I don't understand the anger about the golf ball rollback. It will make no difference whatsoever to the average golfer and puts golf on a path of sustainability. I don't believe an average golfer giving up 5 to 10 yards off the tee is going to have a material effect on their actual score, handicap, or enjoyment of the game. It will also bring back certain skills in the pro game that have been eradicated over the past 2 decades. Rory is not the only one who feels that way. Andrew "Beef" Johnson also agrees that the rollback would make the game much better and more challenging. Patrick Harrington also made a comment urging everyone to trust the governing bodies to act in the sport's best interest and make changes to the proposed rollback if it doesn't serve its purpose. However, 50 million golfers across the globe have heavily protested against the rollback. They argue that it's unfair to make changes that would impact every golfer based on the athleticism displayed by professional golfers. American commentator Brandel Shamle said, "Because a few tour players through years of practice, thousands of hours in the gym, and yes, advances in tech can carry the ball 283.8 yards, tour average for 2023, they want to penalize 50 50 million golfers. Appreciate the athleticism of the best, but don't punish the only people who will feel the sting of this decision. Many professional golfers agree with Shamle's statement, besides the part where he said the decision would affect only everyday golfers. For Justin Thomas, he believes the rollback decision is selfish, and the governing council always dwells on things that won't bring any notable possible changes to the sport. The amount of time and money that these manufacturers have spent trying to create the best product possible, and now you're going to tell them and us that we have to start over potentially if the PGA Tour, PGA of America, don't adopt this local rule. So for 2 of the 4 biggest events of the year, we're going to have to use a different ball? Like, try to explain to me how that's better for the game of golf. The part where you said the PGA Tour might not adopt the rule is based on the statement of the commissioner mentioned earlier. But can they ignore a rule stated by the governing council? That seems highly unlikely. Other golfers like Rickie Fowler, Keegan Bradley, Bryson DeChambeau, and Sam Burns have called the rollback decision different names, from atrocious to silly, all because they believe it would not only take the excitement out of the game and make the course harder, but also take the game a huge step back. Some even said the decision would take the game back to the way it was in the 90s. Certainly, this is not what the governing council is hoping for, because the CEO of R&A mentioned how the measure has been carefully considered and calibrated to ensure the game doesn't lose its fundamental values. We are convinced that this decision is one of the key ways of achieving a sustainable future for golf, protecting the integrity of the game, and meeting our environmental responsibilities. We are acting now because we want to ensure the future generations can enjoy the unique challenge of golf as much as we do. So amidst all the complaints, one question has been reoccurring. Are there any alternative solutions to rolling back the golf ball? It's a known fact that the constant need for expansion of the golf course is something that needs to be curtailed, hence the need for the rollback. But there have been some suggestions on what else could be done besides the changes made to the golf ball. Some mentioned lengthening the holes, and that's something already in use and not exactly working for elite-level competition. But there is one solution that seems feasible, and that's the modification of the equipment used. Many people, including the PGA Tour representatives, agree that if accurate changes are made to the equipment, there is a good chance they won't need to change the golf ball. One of the best drivers of the golf ball, Lee Westwood, further explained that the drivers' heads are now so big that it has made a huge difference. So making changes to that would have an impact. It's not just the ball. The driver heads got too big, and they developed a ball to maximize this, and vice versa. Who knows? We might get back to a place where hitting the driver out of the middle is rewarded again. From the look of things, it would take a lot of effort for the governing bodies to convince golfers that the golf rollback won't be a problem. But what happens if, in 2028, professional golfers are struggling on the course due to the changes? Do you think there's a chance that would happen? Or is the golf rollback what golf needs? Kindly let us know in the comment section. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.